Jungkook cries in public, HYBE finally speaks up with a firm tone, while Jin can't hold back his tears. A big question arises. What exactly happened behind this emotional moment, shaking the hearts of fans around the world? Those dramatic gestures are not just snippets of images spread widely on social media. Jungkook's tearful expression, coupled with HYBE's serious attitude in immediately releasing an official statement, makes this event a major highlight. For many fans, the tears of an idol of Jungkook's caliber are not something to be taken lightly. So, is this about internal pressure, unpleasant news, or a deeper tension between the artist and the agency, HYBE, which usually chooses careful words, this time shows a different attitude? Their statement is clear, firm, and straightforward, as if wanting to shut down the wild speculations that have already been circulating. In a brief statement, they emphasized that this situation requires objective understanding from the public, not just momentary emotion. However, it is precisely that statement that raises more questions. Why be so objective? What is actually hidden behind Jungkook's tears? Not stopping there, the moment that made the public even more touched was when Jin, the oldest member of BTS, was seen unable to hold back his tears. The camera captured his expression full of emotion and looking heavy. For ARMY, this is not just an emotional scene, but a reflection of the deep bond between BTS members that they often refer to as their second family. If Jungkook is crying because of a certain burden, it is only natural that Jin, as an older brother figure, feels the same pain. Fans' reactions were unstoppable. Social media flooded with comments, speculations, and wild narratives trying to explain what was actually happening. Some linked it to career pressure, while others mentioned the possibility of internal conflict. However, one thing is certain, Jungkook's tears are not just a spontaneous expression. He seemed to be sending a signal that there is a big issue going on, something that is not easy to express explicitly. Many pop culture analysts assess that the tears of an idol on stage or in public often signify a turning point in their career. Especially for a figure like Jungkook, who is known to be calm, professional, and rarely shows weakness in front of fans. The fact that he finally couldn't hold back his emotions actually shows the extraordinary pressure that he may have been secretly bearing all this time. HYBE itself is not standing still. They asserted that this situation is under control and asked the public not to draw one-sided conclusions. The statement sounds like an attempt to protect the artist while maintaining the stability of the company's image. However, many assess that the answer is not enough. It is precisely the firm sentence conveyed without detail that makes the curiosity even more intense. If everything is really alright, why is Jungkook crying so deeply, and why is Jin also caught up in sadness? On the other hand, ARMY tries to interpret this moment from a more personal perspective. They see Jungkook's tears as an honest expression of a human being who is tired of facing endless expectations. For some fans, this is not a sign of weakness, but strength, the courage to show his vulnerable side in front of millions of people. Jin's emotional response further reinforces how close the bond is between BTS members, while also opening a space for reflection for fans about how much burden their idols bear. This moment also raises a serious debate. Does the K-pop entertainment industry system demand too much from idols to appear perfect? Are Jungkook and Jin's tears real evidence that behind BTS's global success, there is an emotional burden that continues to accumulate? This question is now widely discussed, both in fan forums and mainstream media. In the end, this event serves as a stark reminder that idols are not just symbols or entertainment machines. They are human beings with emotions, fatigue, and vulnerabilities. Jungkook and Jin's tears may never get a fully clear answer from HYBE or any party. However, for ARMY, that moment is enough to strengthen their determination to support, protect, and understand their idols no matter what the condition. Now, the public is waiting for the next step from HYBE. Will they reveal further details about the reason behind these tears? Or will they still choose the path of brief explanation without revealing many facts? While that answer is still gray, one thing is certain. This incident will be remembered as one of the most emotional moments in BTS history, when the tears of a magne and the tears of a hyung shook the world, while leaving behind a big question. What actually happened? Jungkook and Jin's tears have shaken the entertainment world, but an equally important big question is, are we really witnessing a real event? Or is this just a dramatic narrative deliberately packaged to create a wave of attention? This question is important because in an era of information overload, we are often trapped in perceptions without ensuring the truth first. Let's reflect for a moment. Did the viral moment of Jungkook's tears really happen in the context we understand now? Or are the snippets of images, videos, and narrative circulating just part of social media framing that is used to create an emotional effect? Why did HYBE choose to release a firm but not detailed statement? Is that a sign of seriousness or a strategy to create a mystery that actually makes the public even more curious? We all know that social media like TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter have tremendous power in shaping public perception. Short video clips can go viral just because of one facial expression, without a complete context. The question is, isn't this dangerous if we immediately draw conclusions? Is it possible that we are trapped in a sensationalism trap, where an idol's sadness is used as a commodity to attract clicks and comments? HYBE's firm statement actually raises even bigger questions. Why don't they provide a detailed explanation? Is there something really serious that must be conveyed in careful language? Or conversely, is this just a form of crisis management that is deliberately wrapped dramatically so that public attention is maintained? Haven't we often seen that the entertainment industry, including K-pop, often uses emotional moments to keep the spotlight on their artists? On the other hand, let's ask, should Jungkook and Jin's tears always be interpreted as a sign of crisis? Aren't they also human beings who can express emotions for no hidden reason? Why do we, as viewers, so quickly put layered interpretations on every drop of their tears? Is this a form of sincere concern, or is it the public's obsession with drama behind the stage? Another more provocative question. Is it possible that this moment is just a fabrication designed to create a dramatic effect? Doesn't the global entertainment industry often use narratives of sadness or conflict as part of a marketing strategy? If that's the case, doesn't that mean the idol's tears we see could not be a reflection of the facts, but a scenario? Or are we wrong to accuse them, because by doing so we ignore their real humanity? The reactions of ARMY around the world are certainly sincere, but let's criticize. Does such an emotional reaction actually show how easily the public is led by media narratives? Why don't we wait for a more detailed official clarification, instead of letting wild imaginations dominate the conversation? Isn't a skeptical attitude healthier in dealing with information whose truth is not yet clear? Furthermore, this phenomenon opens a discussion about the relationship between artists, agencies, and the public. Who actually benefits from moments like this? Is it Jungkook and Jin who get sympathy? HYBE who manage to maintain public attention? Or is it social media platforms that reap the benefits from the virality of this issue? If we reflect, can't every drop of tears turn into statistical figures? The number of views, likes, retweets, and engagement? Then, let's ask ourselves, do we really care about Jungkook's emotional condition? Or are we just caught up in the stream of drama produced by the industry? If we really care, shouldn't we wait for a valid explanation, instead of just consuming pieces of information that are not necessarily true? It is important to remember that the information we are currently discussing comes from popular media such as TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and several other